All 50 states have been approved to receive federal funding towards SNAP benefits. Yes, I repeat, all 50 states have been approved to receive federal funding towards SNAP benefits. Two federal judges have approved this, and I'm going to tell you more information in this video. Two federal judges in Boston and Rhode Island are requiring the Trump administration to tap into federal funding to keep food stamps going, and this federal funding is worth $6 billion. The Trump administration previously spoke to states and informed them that due to the shutdown, payments would not be made on food stamps on November 1st, resulting in many viral videos where individuals were saying that they were going to go in the grocery stores, swipe their cards, and walk out with groceries, and maybe possibly attack some of the workers at the grocery store or some of the security at the grocery stores if they were bold enough to try and stop them. Since the Trump administration actually did not see the shutdown as an emergency reason enough to feed 42 million American families, what happened? Several states, including DC, sued the Trump administration, and they won. And so now the two federal judges are forcing that Trump use these benefits, use the federal funding towards SNAP benefits. And this is going to definitely cut back on the crime that many were saying that they were intending to do that went viral as soon as they were told that they weren't going to have anything as of November 1st on their SNAP cards. Unfortunately, the close to $6 billion that has been approved by the two federal judges to be used towards the stamps is not enough to feed everyone in all 50 states, because it costs about $9 billion to feed everyone per month on food stamps in all 50 states. It may also take about a week before you can actually see that funding on your EBT card. So some of you may see some funding already. That would be rare, but it looks like it's going to take an additional week before it actually posts on your card. And because there is not enough for everyone in the federal program to get funding in all of the states directly through that funding, so they're going to have to look to other ways to cover the additional, probably close to $3 billion that the federal program is short to provide for the month of November, at least. Keep in mind that the Trump administration can appeal the judge's decision. And of course, President Trump says everything is their fault, meaning the Democrats. He blames the Democrats for this entire situation of the shutdown, leading to not having funding for the month of November for the 50 states. So he also says it's a simple situation, but we know that that's not the case as well, because if it was a simple situation, there would be no need to involve two federal judges to force the Trump administration to release funds through the contingency plan. Now, I know that I said that it would probably take about a week before you receive your funding for the month of November, but because the contingency fund is short close to $3 billion, then there will be many states, many individuals, many families that will have to wait longer than a week before they receive federal funding for the month of November. And once you get your funding, I know that you will be glad to restock your refrigerators, and that there will be less worry for your families as far as whether you are going to be feeling the effects of a famine. But some of you are experiencing that now, and that's very unfortunate. And also, it's a concern as far as receiving a free lunch because a lot of that is funding that is being relied on as well. And so, once there is a concern with SNAP, then definitely many of you are concerned about if your child would have food at the school as well that they attend if they are attending a public school. So, there is so much that many of you are putting all of your eggs into one basket by relying on the food stamps. Now I know that that you are working and it is a requirement to work, and a lot of people they are thinking that people on food stamps are lazy and not working and just sitting around getting free food and abusing the system with the WIC and so forth. And there are many individuals, to be more specific, many women that are abusing the system, the WIC program, as far as just using it as their means of income to provide for themselves by having a lot of kids. And having kids is a great thing. And so I'm not going to say that that's anything negative. It's just that some are just playing the system, but not everybody is doing that. So a lot of people have misconceptions on that. And so I just wanted to put that out there as well. But we should not put all of our eggs in one basket, relying only on the government. We should have some side hustles going on, using our gifts to make funding, maybe starting a home business, starting a business on the internet, baking, sewing, repairing cars, doing art. There's lots of other ways to make money. Um, so, tap into those gifts that you have and see what you can do on your own so that you're not just relying on the government. These are just some ideas that I'm putting out there. So it's not always about bashing those who are on the food stamps because there's not just one, it's not just our people as the only main people who are on food stamps. There are whites who are on food stamps as well. Um, Black people, so-called black people, even though our skin is brown. And, so, but they make us the face of the food stamps. But it's not about, being lazy because many of the people on the food stamps are working. And I just wanted to put that out there. While you are waiting to get your funding applied to your food stamp card for the month of November, then you may want to check out your local food banks, your local food pantries that are provided in whatever county that you live in your state. So you may want to look up that information on your state website if you don't already have that information available. And when you go there, have patience with them because they don't have to do what they do. They're volunteering for free. So don't go there giving them your life story about how you don't have this and that for your kids because we're all going through the same thing. Everybody wants to be able to provide for themselves, their family, and their children. And, so just go easy on the people there. And if you can, consider volunteering also to help out because I think that would help too. If you're volunteering, it would help to give back to those organizations because it takes so much for the people involved to take time out of their busy schedule to help others when they are in need themselves. Okay, so because you don't know if that person who's giving you food for at the food bank, if they have food for themselves and their family or not. So not everybody is on food stamps, but some of them may be on food stamps themselves. So just thank them for their time and for their help, and consider giving back to if you're in a financial state where you can give back or where you can donate to some of the food banks. Please consider that as well because that needs to be talked about more for because some people are, as they say, quote unquote, well off. And they may not be on food stamps and they may be in a position financially where they can give canned foods and where they can donate clothing and so forth. So consider doing those things as well. Look up in your local communities ways that you can give back, because it's a cycle where you don't just go somewhere to a food bank to get things for yourselves and your families. We have to donate back into we have to pour back into those organizations. You may have some private organization that you can get started in your community or in your neighborhood, where use your neighborhood apps where you can donate and give back at least to the people in your community, and help provide coats or clothing or shoes and so forth, as we're in the cold season right now, and some people, they may not have clothing items as well. So we have to reach out more to our neighbors, and utilize the food banks in the right way, and pour back into them as well, if possible. Many of our families are already experiencing the effects of the famine that is coming, and that is already here for many of our families. And we just have to consider that we have to stay prayed up, definitely. And we have to keep our relationships good with our family members and friends, because you never know when you may have to rely on them. Some of you may have been put out of your uh, places of residence, and you may have to, some people have become homeless as a result of this shutdown. Some people have refused to get back in touch with their family members and forgive them, and they forgive you for whatever it is that has caused a rip between you. And it's just not worth holding on to grudges, because if this is the beginning of the shutdown, and it's showing no signs of coming to an end, then we don't know what will happen in the future. It's you know it's not looking good for some who are already struggling. So definitely you want to do some soul searching and prepare yourselves for what is to come. And I'm suggesting that we start gardens, just as I mentioned before in my last video. The Trump administration has said that the uh, federal contingency fund emergency funding that has been approved by the two judges is only enough to last not even for the full month of November, but possibly for 2 weeks. So, again, what are you going to do, you and your family, after those 2 weeks, after the entire month of November? What are you going to do for December and going forward into January and the rest of the year, if all you're doing is only relying on federal funding on the food stamps, as far as being able to provide for your family, providing food and drink for your family? So I am recommending, once again, as I did in my last video, for you to start a garden. Start a garden. You can, even if you're in an apartment, you can start growing tomatoes inside your apartment. You can watch different videos on how to set that up, because it doesn't take a whole lot to grow herbs, just various herbs that you could add to your food. Cilantro, basil, thyme, rosemary. And the rosemary doesn't even take a whole lot of water. You can grow tomatoes, those little cute cherry tomatoes to put in your salads. And I recommend a lot of cruciferous vegetables like lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower. There's and you can grow squash. These are things that can grow easily, that don't take a whole lot of maintenance. And you can be a beginning gardener and grow these things. You don't need a whole lot of space. You can just get one of those 5-gallon buckets and get started. Even if you don't even have much of a backyard, you can put these things close to your porch, like I said, in a 5-gallon bucket, and go from there. Just stick them in the dirt, and they accept the rainwater as well, It doesn't take a whole lot of watering, but you just monitor it, and when the food's ready, retrieve it in time so that the animals don't eat up everything. And because most people, they just want junk food. Some people are wondering, well, somebody might steal my veggies, but um, of course, during a famine, people should be willing to eat what what vegetables that they can find, because that there's a lot of nutrients and vitamins in vegetables, um, so that you would feel like you have more strength to to continue for the next day. But there's not much nutrients at all in junk food, and unfortunately, that's what a lot of people are craving. So don't worry about somebody stealing your veggies. Go ahead and do what you need to provide for yourself and your families. And take this video seriously. Start tapping into your gifts. You have gifts for a reason. And yes, you can use those gifts to start a business. Okay, if you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, you may work from home. You can grow an online business from home. You can start a YouTube channel. Okay, start a TikTok channel. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be faceless channel. You don't have to show your face, but just have educational, valuable content and post often. Okay, you can. There's so many different things that you can tap into. So once again, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't just rely on the government, because this has been a lesson learned for it should be for everybody on stamps, that you cannot rely on the government to provide for your 100%, because they can take it away at any time. And really, that's what they want to do, is they really want to take, this administration wants to take away the food stamps permanently. And if they get a chance to, they will. So if you haven't started already, start getting some sort of business going where you can support yourself, some sort of a side hustle where you can have extra funding coming in, and start with your garden so that you don't starve. And start reaching out to your family members and come up with some sort of plan to make certain that all of your family eats. You can't provide for everybody, but you can get something going where you can provide for your family. So you need to reach out to your family members and come up with some sort of plan to make certain that all of your family members are taken care of, that there's food for you to eat. All right. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. I'm working on getting this channel monetized. I'm not monetized yet at the time of this video. And I would really appreciate it if you learned any content, or if you enjoyed this video, or if this video has helped you any or given you any information you didn't already know. Please give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe, and share this video on your social media, because more people need to hear this message. This message is meant to help you. This channel is meant to help you grow. It's a channel for women, a channel for anybody who wants to learn the information that I'm sharing on here, because it's meant to help. So if this video has helped you any, if you learned anything new, if you like the channel and want to support, share this video on your social media so that the algorithm can push this video out more. And like and subscribe. I need more subscribers so I can become monetized. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one, Lord willing. Thanks for watching. Bye. Help. So if this video has helped you any, if you learned anything new, if you like the channel and want to support, share this video on your social media so that the algorithm can push this video out more. And like and subscribe. I need more subscribers so I can become monetized. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one, Lord willing. Thanks for watching. Bye.